So, Ratuja, would you like to tell us what the difference is between you and your opponent?
Sure. Like I said, we have raised our family here in Sammamish. I've been in Sammamish since 2002. My kids have gone to local schools. I was a PDSA treasurer at Challenger Elementary. I've always given back to the community. Today, I work at Costco as an IS manager, and I have great experience, and I take a lot of inspiration from working for the fantastic company called Costco. And I'm sure most of you love to shop there, so thank you. With Councilmember Hornish leaving, actually, I will be the only person with a law degree on the council, so I bring that expertise to the podium as well. And the main thing is, I have experience with policy. One of the biggest things that a council member is supposed to do is create policy, long-term policy for our residents and our citizens in our community. With me serving on the Planning Commission, going through the details, practically shadowing the work that the council currently does, I have that experience of working on policy and creating long-term policy that protects the quality of our life and our neighborhood character. Like I said, I also serve on the Sammamish Y Board, and we have implemented so many programs for our teenagers, for teenage leadership, and that is what I would like to do. So my work speaks for itself, and I would like to continue to do that. I also am a great listener. One of the things that I've done as part of running for office is actually go and knock on your doors. And I have many friends in this room who have knocked with me, so I go out, reach out to the people and talk to them.
Okay. Ken, you're up.
So my opponent speaks about policy. The question is, do you have the right kind of policy? Okay? If your policy is advocating for putting thousands and thousands of apartments spread throughout the city, I don't think that's the right policy. Look up when you get a chance sub-area plans and homegrown. These are policies that the Planning Commission has been working on and has voted on and approved that literally put 12 different developments of high-density housing spread throughout the city. The downside of this, besides having an apartment building in your neighborhood, is that there is no movement toward where that traffic is going to go. Where are all those people going on the road? There's not movement there. Another thing that we may want to look at is that there was an interview done with my opponent, and when she was asked about concurrency, her answer was, I'm not a traffic engineer. I don't know the difference going from 1.1 to 1.4 or 1.5 to 1.7. That's after a year and a half on the Planning Commission and running for office before. When were you going to figure that out? Okay. She also, again, advocating for apartments. We had the survey done in Homegrown. 80% of our people in our community, 80% of our residents agree that new housing should fit and preserve the character of our communities. Thanks.
Okay, so we have the opportunity for Ratuja to make a rebuttal to the statement from Ken.
Thank you. I would like to clarify what Mr. Gamblin just said about the homegrown plan. What he is referring to was never passed. What he is referring to is a presentation that was done by a citizen in their vision of how their sub-area planning looks, and that was never passed by the Planning Commission. So this is what happens. You really need to understand and read the details of the documents which are passed. At nowhere was it suggested that we're going to put apartments throughout the city. So please go ahead and read that plan. And really, I am not a traffic engineer. I think I own up to that. And I will say that, the priority for me is really how do you get traffic to around the city? I think you don't care about if it's 1.1 or 1.10 or whatever. Really, what you care about is how do we make infrastructure improvements in our city that can help alleviate our traffic. And that is what our focus should be. So, Mr. Gamblin, I would really like you to go back and look at the homegrown plan. At nowhere did we suggest that apartments should be put everywhere in the city. What the plan is to really have that apartment and the growth and different kinds of housing, which actually, when I held the senior summit, There were so many seniors in the community who said, we actually cannot downsize. We would like to live in an apartment which is one side, or we would like to live in a house, and that is what is afforded in the town center. So, please check your information. before you
Okay.
say that.